What's good, everybody? I hope you have not been waiting too long for this review, and thank you for bearing with me. But now I am able to drop this review after recovering, from being sick for so long. With I don't know if it's like a variant or whatever that's going around. But regardless, stay safe and drink your vitamins. But let's get into this KXR RTD pre-workout. Now, RTD is an acronym just for ready to drink. A lot of companies have shifted over to ready to drink pre workouts. I know Rise does it. Panda has their own line as well. A lot of other companies have done their fair share of it. I know Pump Sauce as well does that their own. So there's many companies that do it. But for me, I gotta say that number one, VMI Sports is one of the companies that has nailed it when it comes to a a ready to drink pre-workout. Now right here in my hand I have the Miami Vice flavor, but I also did pick up the Pez inspired flavors, which was the cherry and the orange flavor. And I'll just put a picture over here so you guys can see and envision it yourself. If you haven't picked up anything from VMI Sports, I highly recommend you at least go to the website and take a look, because their ingredient profile does change. Because about a year ago, I did review their stacked KXR pre-workout. This is the powder version. This is the cherry rush flavor, pretty good. And look, this is something that I did want to share, a little nugget for you guys, and something that you should look into, companies that you do support. So I opened it, and look, you can see a little bit of that fine powder, and nothing is really clumping in here. And I'm like a half a tub, just because I like to rotate my pre-workouts, and by the time I get back to this one, it's about a couple months in. But regardless, it's staying good, and I didn't really have to throw any silica packets in there, so that's a plus if you're looking for a pre-workout that will last on the shelf throughout the year with whatever climate. And I have it over here, so well, pointing up, let me just, this is up here is where it's supposed to be. So up there is where it stays, and the humidity, in the summer here in Georgia, it really gets hot. So you would think it'll clump up, but it didn't. So that is a plus. So I don't think you really need to store it in a cool or hot place to maintain this pre-workout uh, with a great shelf life. For me, I feel like I still got another year with this without it even clumping up, because like I just showed you, it's still pretty powdery. Now coming back to the KXR RTD pre-workout. Now this one, I want to talk about the flavors first and then get into the ingredient profile, because the experience on this is pretty dang different than from the powder version that I got right here. So this Miami Vice flavor, let's start off with this one because I got it in my hand, is pretty good. Now, when I say pretty good, is because the other flavors kind of like take it, like push it down the list for me. But regardless, this is a great flavor when it comes to having something that is refreshing. If you like passion fruit, anything in that realm, or like even if you are drinking like cocktails that are a little bit fruity, like Miami Breeze kind of vibe, pina colada, that's what you will get in this Miami Vice flavor. So it's pretty good. Not too sweet, but if you want, you can add a little bit of water, because sometimes in the bottom, if you don't shake it as well, you will get a little bit stuck in the bottom, which I recommend you throw a little bit of it just to get it out. But regardless, it is a great flavor. For me, it would be number three, just because the Pez flavors are on point. For me, when it came to the cherry flavor, Pez ready RTD KXR pre-workout by VMI Sports, pretty long name, but I'm gonna say it no matter what. Was pretty good in the sense of they nailed it right to the point of you thinking it's a nice Pez cherry flavor. If you like the candy and you like cherry, you get that right there. It's pretty dang on point. And for me, it was a little on the sweet side, so that's why I think it would go on as number two. But my number one has to be the orange flavor. Now, for me, the orange flavor does bring me back to like a orange, like tang, or actually freshly squeezed orange juice. It's a weird um, combo that you get, but regardless, it tastes slamming, very refreshing, especially straight out the fridge. So for me, number one would be the orange pez flavor. Number two would be the cherry pez flavor, and then the Miami Vice. I know they have other flavors like the blue shark gummy, and I believe another selection or two. But regardless, you can always pick these up, and I recommend you, like, if they're having like a sale. These always are going on sale for, I think, like $2, two and a half. So let's move on to the ingredient profile of this KXR RTD pre-workout by VMI Sports. Now we're getting 2 servings per container. So that means that half the bottle is 1 serving, and each serving is 5 calories. So this entire bottle is only 10 calories. So I count that as a super win, or like everybody's saying, a big W. But regardless, you can't go wrong. 10 calories for this. So let's move on to the rest of this ingredient profile. Now we're getting sodium at 30 milligrams. Following that, we're getting into the KXR pre-workout. Now here we are getting L-citrulline malate 2-to-1 ratio. 1 serving is 3,000 milligrams and 2 servings is 6,000 milligrams. So beta alanine at 1,600 for the 1 serving, and 3,200 for the 2 servings. So at the 2 serving size, you will get the recommended amount. Now we're getting some glycerol hydromax and glycerin at 1,000 milligrams for 1 serving, and 2,000 milligrams for the 2 serving size. Following that, we're getting betaine anhydrous at 1,000 milligrams for 1 serving, and 2,000 milligrams for the 2 serving size. Now we're getting some taurine at 750 milligrams for 1 serving, and 1,500 milligrams for 2 servings, followed by L-tyrosine at 375 milligrams for 1 serving, and 750 for the 2 serving size. Excuse me, just double checking the mic is on, because previously it was off and had to re-record this entire review. People who do reviews, you know what I'm talking about. It's annoying, but it is what it is, and maybe this video will be better than the previous one. So that is a plus. Following that, we're getting a caffeine blend of caffeine citrate, caffeine anhydrous, Infinergy, which trademark name for decaffeinated malate, yielding at 400 milligrams net caffeine per 2 servings. Even though it says 606 milligrams of caffeine in here for the 2 serving size, but they give us a yield of 400. For me, the 400 milligrams, I'm counting it as a high stem pre-workout, because anything above, I think, like 250 to 300 will be enough to push me and get me through my workout, unless I'm really tired and I down the whole bottle, which is something that I did originally that without seeing the label, and I'll get into it when we get into the effect portion of the video. Now, after the caffeine blend, we're getting some Huperzine A 1% at 1.5 milligrams for 1 serving, and 3 milligrams for the 2 serving size, so a nice nootropic. And we're also getting some alpha yohimbine at 0.75 milligrams for 1 serving, and 1.5 milligrams for the 2 serving size. And now that is the entire ingredient profile. And here we do not have the alpha yo, so the additional alpha yo is a plus in here, especially if you know the benefits, and also it adds a nice nootropic hit as well. And also we are getting a nice mix for the glycerol, which is the hydromax, and the glycerin, so we are getting a nice pump stacked on top of the right, guys, so let's move on to the effects section of the KXR RTD pre-workout. Now this one is surprisingly hits fast. And the first time I took this, I downed the entire bottle, which is something I wasn't like I shouldn't have done without reading the label. Because if you don't read the label, then you're in for a ride that you might not wanted that day. Especially for me, that first day, I took it in like mid-afternoon, so it was kind of surprising me how hard it hit. But regardless, the way that this hits is within the first 10 minutes, you are starting to feel the betas. For me, I was driving to the gym. So it's like a 15-minute ride. So within the first 10 minutes, I started feeling the betas in my hands. Really, really strong, activated. Moved down a little bit down to the wrist, but nothing too crazy. Didn't feel anything else in the face or my body. And then by the time I got to the gym, the betas kind of took a back seat, and that's when I started feeling the first hit of the uh, caffeine. Started waking up a little bit, and I felt like it was like a weird, like awake feeling, and then I started feeling like right after a quick focus and a nice head high, head buzz. I think it's the combination of the Huperzine A with the Alpha Yo, but it was well sourced regardless, because they did hit hard. And something about this, the caffeine blend, for the full bottle, it just lasts pretty darn long, and you get it in spurts, in the sense of you will get that hard hitting caffeine, then it mellows out. But then if you do need that additional energy boost, let's say if you're gonna go harder in the gym, whether you're doing weights and then cardio, it just comes right back and helps you and pushes you along the way as you're getting through your workout. So potentially, if you're trying to crush a 2-hour gym session, you will crush it pretty quick with this. And for me, each single time it hit the same way, but the first time, it was surprisingly like it lasted too long. I thought something else was in here because I looked at the bottom, like it's only 400 milligrams of caffeine, but it has different types of caffeine, and it also does have the extended release feel to it more than anything. So that's what I do like about this caffeine blend, that it just doesn't wake you up and then the energy drops. No, the energy does last, and it's there to back you up throughout the day, aside from the nice effects of the Alpha Yo and the Huperzine for a nice nootropic hit, and you will get great pumps as well. So for me, I feel like it's a great pre-workout if you're on the go, and you could take this in the morning, and the energy will last you to like 3 in the afternoon, and that's when you start feeling like it start dwindling down. But you won't need to pick me up by that time. Keeping it a book with you guys. So this one is either a daily driver for my stim junkies, or if somebody who is not used to strong caffeinated pre-workout with nice nootropics, and this is something you could try out on a weekend and have a great workout session, 2 hours or an hour and a half, whatever your time frame is. But for me, I just like taking the entire bottle. Just not the first time, because I took it a little bit later in the afternoon, so I potentially want to sleep later that night. But this is something perfect for you to take for your AM gym session. All right, so guys, if you're intrigued by this review of the KXR Ready to Drink pre-workout, then you can head over to VMIsports.com and use my discount code PSR for 10% off your entire order, and you will not regret this. And also leave a comment down below if you have tried this KXR Ready to Drink pre-workout or anything from VMI Sports, because I would love to hear your feedback. And with that, guys, I'll catch you in the next supplement review.